Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the most amazing world that we're living in and that we've always lived in. To take a phrase from our friend, we are taking you further into the world of your Creator. That's what we do with each broadcast, and that's what you do every moment of your day. You're a beacon for anyone to light up the world of their Creator. We are a mist floating in, floating around each piece of life, allowing others to see where they truly live. Sometimes through our words, sometimes through our action, but most times through our essence that has no form, that meanders and permeates our field, so that anyone who steps into our field feels this beauty and feels the world that we know and live in. We are all witnesses to that world, each one in our own way, taking the stand in the courtroom to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, with a smile, with a glance, with a wave, with words. We tell the truth of who we are and who you are, of a world that's sparkling, that's glowing like the reflection on a lake. No matter what direction you look in, there's only light and sparkles and beauty and laughter. So each of us are just witnesses walking this plane to say, look over there, look up, look to the right. There's the world of perfection. There's the world that you desire for each person. And it is my desire that every human know that world and live there. The world that is behind the world that we see in this physical realm. A world that we spend most of our time in. As we wander off into the world of our Creator, our true home, and we experience and connect to our origin, like plugging into a pump at the gas station, refilling our essence till it clicks and there's no more room. And then off we go to drive around and see more things so that we can be a witness of it all. There's so many energies now coming in to facilitate this awareness of accepting a reality that we know exists, that we experience over and over and over again, but somehow falls in the background of the physical reality. And those energies are pushing us to this place, whether we know it or not. Our bodies are changing. And many people are expressing things that would account for that, or that they're experiencing. Many people are having trouble sleeping because the energy is so high. And in the end, you don't really need to sleep. So don't worry. You're producing an energy that runs 24/7. And even when you're sleeping, you're producing it. So there's many changes to the body, but everything points to this awareness and the life that exists beyond what we see. And we know that the beings that support us are standing there as we transition into that place, as we leave the discomfort of what appears to be what we experience in the physical world and fall headlong over the cliff into the comfort of who we are. They stand waiting, holding our hand, making sure we know nothing will happen to us, for we are eternal. And it is because of that that we have planted miracles all over the world and beyond to arrive at the appointed time, March 18th, March 19th, 2022. We'll make a house appear. We'll make a car appear. We set it up eons ago. 2025, we'll make a spaceship appear. That's what we do. That's who we are. And we have planted it everywhere. So even though you may appear to be going through some challenges, you've already planted the solution. And you're just walking towards it. So release any energy of fear and worry and doubt. You've already done it. You've already set it up in that world where you live with your creator, that world where you projected this reality into existence. You created it. This world that you see, this world that I see, is not the same as the world that you see, even the physical world, because I created a different world than you. So you see a rock behind me with many facets and faces, and I see a rock with something else because it's my creation, and you have your creation. And whatever you planted inside that rock is what you see. And whatever you planted or placed to be unveiled on a certain day, at a certain time, in a certain year, will arrive. That's what we do. That's who we are. And we're continuing to push forward, to push beyond all limits, all limitations, individually and together, breaking through concepts that are false, opening the windows to allow the fresh air to pour in with the light, and then witness what is true from that place where you stand with your creator. All transmitted in a feeling, in a moment, in the stillness, in a mist. Taken to where you come from, taken to where you live, turning and looking back on your creation, never having a thought that's negative about what you have created. So, as always, it's an honor to sit before you and express what I witness, and to give you an opportunity to express and see what you witness, to express my desire and give you an opportunity to see and focus and express your desire. Wanted to read these words. The job that has been prepared for the true you is at hand, and the you that you have created to hold down the fort until this time is beginning to no longer be needed. That you is starting to feel out of sorts, as if it is out of place or doesn't belong here. You will begin to function in and out of this physical dimension as the true you, so that the fabricated you starts to disappear. It is a frightening feeling, a sense of amnesia, and a sense of not knowing how to be here as the transition to the true you truly takes hold. Walking in rhythm, second by second, minute by minute, and hour by hour, we are walking in. Day by day, month by month, and year by year, we are walking in. We walk, we run, and we fly. For some, it all happens in one breath, one moment, an explosion of light, an exchange of a consciousness in a flash, something that cannot be explained. For most, it is the long life of the butterfly breaking free of the cocoon, a process of alchemical steps that cannot be skipped, step by step on the road to the full, true, and new you, arriving inside this form we call a body. Millions of little explosions instead of the one big one that few must experience. This amazing journey that we are on is all about traveling, change, and new birth. The cells in our bodies are replaced with new ones on average every 7 to 10 years. So we see that they are on their journey too. Everything is moving, everything is changing, and everything is being born again, walking into a new birth. So here I come, here you come, here we come, bright, shiny, and new with every step we take. It would appear that we are getting older with each step we take, with each year that we live, but in fact, you are getting newer and newer, shedding old skin and old ways and thoughts that made us feel as though we were getting older, bringing onto the planet more of the full you or all of the full you. That you, that you that has no sense of time or age and who is endless and eternal. So we are walking to the sound of our own music, the perfect score written on staff paper eons ago, 3/4 time measure so you can waltz your way in, or 4/4 for those that will daringly enter with a tango, a dance with your spirit as the new you takes the lead and the old you follows, the old descending as the new is ascending. Da 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 da, or da da dum 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 da na 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 da da dum 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 da 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 da. You see, it is always the perfect timing on the perfect beat that no one knows or remembers the exact time of. But there's that feeling and those little clues that we each feel that are signaling the arrival of something so new and so different. That signal allows us to begin to hear the music and see the future and relax into the magnitude of what is coming. So, as the song says, we are walking in rhythm, moving in sound, humming to the music, trying to move on. I'm walking in rhythm, singing my song, thinking about my baby, trying to get home. The right footsteps, you're in a new world. The left footsteps, you meet a new you. Right, left, or left, right, either way, you're walking in. You have no idea. When the visionaries, those that can see into the past, present, and future, share things about you, you are amazed. Most times, what they deliver is too incredible to believe. Maybe small fragments of what is said resonates with what we know about ourselves, but most of what is said we are not able to accept in this limited human form. We have been blocked from seeing all that we are, so those messages cannot be fully believed and certainly not fully lived. But when one of those magnificent visionaries delivers their message to you, even though you can't believe it, please know that it is all true. And even if it takes a lifetime to know it, don't worry, for you will. And know that it is already known by many beings throughout the universe and beyond. There are also those that can see into the future, and not only do they see who you are, but they see you living it. They have to be very careful to share these things with you because there's an effect that can hinder things from coming into the physical. These ones just look directly into your eyes and say, "You have no idea." The utterance of those words brings in everything, both imaginable and unimaginable. You can taste it and feel it, but there's a mystery that keeps you from knowing what they truly see. Most likely it is beyond what we can imagine in this human incarnation, but there's an inkling and a feeling that allows us to see the possibility of what we think is being shown. And the next thing you know, we are starting to live that possibility in our heart and life. Yes, you've got no idea. That's how incredible and amazing we are. Just take a moment and feel the feeling that is being transmitted from those words. Within that transmission is the indescribable power of your being coming through the eyes and words of someone who can see the future. In that moment, we are filled with so much excitement and anticipation for what we know from somewhere deep inside of us that is coming into the physical. And those words say that whatever you are seeing is just the tip of the iceberg. It's so beyond what we think. It's like being told, as Jesus said, all these things and greater will you do, and so much more. But it's not just the words. You can see that those visionary beings can see you doing it. All of us standing with our arms outstretched and singing at Carnegie Hall, or arms outstretched as we heal the world, raise people from the dead, and so much more. So now we all join in the chorus of those ones that can see the future, which allows us to see the beauty in each being. And we sing, "You have no idea. You have only just begun." And finally, every so often I get the signal to read this. And as a tribute to all those beings that are supporting us and the masters that are here, I read this again. The Great Hall. Many thousands of years ago, there was a great hall that was made for a special occasion. In this hall, there would come a day when a magnitude of majestic beings would all come together to celebrate you. In attendance would be all the ascended masters, including Jesus, Buddha, and Krishna, all the known and unknown angels and archangels, and a host of enlightened light beings. At the podium, there would be two who came to oversee this magnificent event. Their names are not important, but you must know that they are always with you. This event was formal yet informal, even as everyone was dressed in gowns and black tie. There was also a choir of angels and an orchestra filled with the greatest musicians ever assembled. The hall had been converted into a great ballroom, and the floor sparkled with the brilliant reflection of never before seen crystals. As the two stood on the podium and talked, you could feel the beauty the honor, and the love that filled this hall. The energy of the two filled the hall with a relaxed and informal feel as all the assembled beings spoke with each other and reconnected with those they had not been with in quite some time. The mood was one of celebration. Then, all of a sudden, the massive doors of the great hall opened, and there you stood, dressed in the most beautiful array of clothing. The light around you was immense, and as you began to walk in, everything stopped, and everyone turned and looked at you. All beings present that day turned to you and bowed with an honor and respect that you could have never imagined. You walked to the center of the room and stood before the two, who also bowed, and without words, transmitted, "Welcome home." The choir of angels began to sing your name, and the assembled beings continued to transmit an honor and gratitude that could be felt by all. The orchestra began to play your song, the song that you brought with you from your origin. And then your partner appeared, magnificently attired, and held your hand. And the two said, "Please dance your dance. Please share your gifts with us and the world, for that is why you came." And you danced with your partner to your song, and you knew you were home. Yes, this happened to me. And as I write these words with tears rolling down my face, I am here to tell you that it also happened to you. Welcome to the new world, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles. I am David, and I wish you a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. Thank you.